Hey, friends, and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Lions Live here on the Forever Lions Network, the only network built by the players for you, the fans. Broadcasting live here in State College, we got the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, Big Dude, Stephen Davis, Jacob Israel. My name's Skip Drywall. Talking Penn State football here, one of the fastest hours of college football. Wow, guys, here we are. The weeks go on and undefeated. Penn State kicking butt, taking names. What do you have to say?
Oh, man. The boys looked great this weekend. Obviously they was playing against the lesser foe, but, they went out there and they did their thing. I like the fact that we blew them out, but I like the fact that we had a lot of younger players go out there and execute to the point to where they had success, So even our backups seemed like they was out there scoring. And in that situation, that actually builds a lot of confidence for the guys going forward. So I was excited about the game. I think they played a well-rounded game.
Solid win for sure. Solid win for sure. Now, I can't say that about our picks from last week. Some radical changes taking place in the running here for who's the champion this year already. What was the biggest upset you've noticed, Jimmy?
Oh man! I'm nervous to see if I'm still on top right now.
Do you want me to?
What happened?
Want me to go down through it quick? I'll run down through it real quick. What's that, Stephen?
It was so many. It was. I don't know. I can't. It was like upset central everywhere for the most part.
It was.
So
I picked them pretty good though. I got the. I was the champion this week here. I was 9-4, and Jimmy was 8-5. Steph was and Jacob was 8-5, and Big Dude, you came in at 7-6. Hard time.
Woo! That sounds like I'm still on top.
Well, no, you're not.
What's happening?
No, you're 29-8, and so am I.
I'm still on top then. I'm in here. Hey, I got the tiebreaker, bro.
Hey, get this. Jacob's in second at 28-9, and hey, Big Dude, you're only down 27-9.
Woo! What you say it was again?
27-9.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. We're all within one of one another, man. So it's tight. It's tight.
Man. I'm chilling. Then I'm gonna break everybody's heart around week 7, man. I'm just chilling, man. Yeah, you could, man. You gotta go with me. We talking about playoffs.
Oh yeah, but Jimmy, you missed 5 this past week, buddy. I mean,
yeah, I know, but it is what it is, though. It was 5 unexpected. Wow. Think about it.
I don't know.
Think about it. What's the 5 that I missed?
You missed Rutgers in Kansas, and I was the only one that picked Kansas that got it right.
But think about it. Everyone picked Rutgers to win that one.
Not me. I picked Kansas. I got Kansas.
Just think about it. We all was shocked though. We were like, "Come on, Rutgers."
Yeah, no, I knew that was.
Come on,
I saw that coming, man. I saw that coming. I picked Kansas. Now, here's one Big Dude did, because we all figured, Indiana's going to be Ball State, but Big Dude got that one right. We all got it wrong.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So, think about it. Rutgers lost, Indiana lost. I can't say terrible teams, but come on. You expect those guys to go out there and put up, Kent State numbers. Yeah, come on now. That's true. And how about Temple beating Maryland 35-14? That's another one right
Madness.
35-14.
Yeah.
That's another one. That's 3 of my losses right there.
Well, I only missed Missouri and Purdue by a little bit, man. I almost had that. I had Purdue. Yeah, you did too, Jimmy. You had Purdue. Yukov and Big Dude, they got Missouri in that one.
Yeah.
But that's
a legit loss. I'll take that one.
Yeah, that was, and it was a close game, man. It was like by 3.
That was a close game. That was a legit loss.
But how about Wisconsin, man? Wisconsin. Who would ever figured BYU over Wisconsin?
Exactly.
I mean, that was
madness.
That was at the end.
So Big Dude, it sounds like I got 4 unexpected losses. See, come on, out of my 5, only one I claim right now Mizzou one. Man.
Yeah, well,
now they got me. Now they got me tied. Now they got me tied with Skip, and he thinking he's on top.
Oh yeah, listen to this. Hey, how about this? How about Akron over Northwestern? Could you believe that one?
Yeah,
man.
That coach, how much time has he had? What was he?
I don't know, man.
They keep on putting a nice story with it, but he's not getting it done. I just don't get it. I mean, I guess it is the Ivy League of the Northwest because he's not going to win football games, that's for sure.
Nebraska. Where's Nebraska?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
My God.
Yeah.
The dude was running right over the end in the middle of the field. That's stuff you never would have saw from Nebraska.
Hey, listen. When I was watching these games, I was going through it. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like I thought I was defeated.
Yeah.
I thought I had maybe 2 wins. I was like, "Man, this is bad."
I realized I missed that one. All of us missed Nebraska, man, and that changes our numbers, man. That puts me at that we're all still the same, but just -1. I forgot to add. We did so bad. That's when I forgot to change on us in color and red. It's actually on our website. If you go to lionslive.com, you'll see the updated scorecards for us. I just realized I forgot to put red for all of us in Nebraska, so that changes our numbers. That means Jimmy.
You got 10 losses already. Double digit. Congratulations, big dude. Way to get there first.
28-9 puts Jimmy and I tied. 28-9 for the year.
Yeah. Well, and what are our records? And when me and Jacob again, what is it again?
I'm doing that again. You're going to be 27-8. 27-8. You're 26-10.
I'm 26-10.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Oh no.
He's writing it down now. Woo!
It's on the website. I'm double making sure I got this right. So no, I got to add. Oh, so I keep that. So he's at 28, 27 and 10. He's at 27 and 10, 27 and 10. So you're going to be at 26 and 10. No, wait. 26.
27 and 10.
Yeah, 27-10. 27-10. That's our totals.
Come on, Skip. Now you got to show that Penn State education now. Come on now.
Yeah, basic math, right? Yeah, basic math, right? Right. Yeah, I got you.
No, it's just add a number to the column.
I had to change one from the win, from the win to the loss. So that's what I go back and do. So 28. Yeah. So yeah, we're all like one apart, man. It's a tough season, man. That last week killed everybody here. That was just upset central.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was hurting us bad. Yep. So hey, this week we don't have as many games. Must be a bunch of bye weeks, because we only have, like eight games to pick.
Yeah.
So it must be like bye weeks for like five teams this week.
Hey, y'all want to do something radical? Y'all want to do the picks first and then talk the rest of the show? What you want to do?
Yeah, we could do that. Hey, is Yakova? We got Kova on there? Or wait for him to pick up.
I think so.
We'll wait for him to pick up. As soon as he gets on, we could do that.
All right, we'll keep it moving, man. I mean, so Jimmy, what do you think about? It looked like Tracy McSorley started to keep the ball this week. It looked like he kept the ball. And he had been handing it off every other week, and he kept it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, well, I think in terms of like I said, I think this game was a confidence booster for the most part. I like what Miles did. Miles Sanders, he really showed up. I like the fact that the younger receivers as well as Tompkins, because I know Tompkins is older. I like how they actually responded. Those guys really looked like they was diving, making efforts, and really going after all the balls that was in the air. They felt like every ball was their ball, So I really liked the effort when it came to that. As far as I don't want to get too high and I don't want to get too low because I know, like I said, I know we didn't play. Obviously it wasn't a Michigan or Ohio State or even Illinois. So it's I want to make sure that our guys, it was great to get a win. Great to get a win on our home field. Great to build confidence and so on. But there's still some guys that I would like to see step up and assume their position. I thought this game would have been great confidence builder for Jawan Johnson. I would have loved to see him make some big time catches and so on, especially against I can't say less talented. I want to say like games like this. I look out when I was playing. I would say I want to. These are stat patterns. Like you go out there, you pad your stats in this one. If you look at what our D line did, our D line went out there and we had about 3 guys with 2 sacks or something like that. Right. I think we had 10 sacks totals. So it was like that's the stuff that you need to do. Sharif Mills Miller had 2 sacks. I want to say who else had 2 sacks? Jason, a young freshman defensive end, he had 2 sacks. I think Scott only had a sack. Guys are just Ellison, he had a sack. Guys are just going out there, getting their stats up, getting their confidence up. As far as Trace, he's a proven leader, man. I was just like what the guy does week in, week out. Yeah, his height and everything else, and but the guy goes up there and he gets it done. You can't question his heart, So I'm excited for what they did. What you think, dude?
Well, I think it's big too. I think one of the things you talked about, Jimmy, wasn't like I said, man. I'm with you on. I know what you want and got certain things done, but when people are actually involved with making plays, that's how you build depth as well. And what a player will feel good about, and hopefully we'll feel good about, like you said, doing this is what we all learn from Joe doing the little things. I know on defense, I learned more and more from you about the D-line. Because you pay attention, but then other people give you other things to talk about. And then I'm wondering, I was going to ask, now we got Torrance Boyle, right? He's coming back soon, isn't he?
No, he's done. He's actually done. I'm not sure if he's going to actually going forward. I'm not sure if he's going to even be attending Penn State. He had his knee scoped again when I was there over the summer for camp. So, not scope. He had his ACL repaired again. So he's out for the season, and I know he was applying for his. I want to say 5th year or 6th year of medical eligibility or whatever that number is. Well, I know, yeah, because the coaches and stuff was trying to talk to him and trying to just show him or tell him that, there's life outside of football and so on. But it's sometimes it's hard for people to give up on their dream and everything else, so, which is understandable, but it's just like, you've had a number of surgeries on, on your knees. It's like you got to be smart. And when I was there, Buck had the same situation. He was saying, his back was killing him and so on, and he retired. I mean, well, not retired, but he was working on doing, I want to say a graduate assistant and so on, and trying to be take on that coaching role to see if he can become a part of the staff and so on going forward. Get into coaching so he can still be a part of the game that he loves.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell you what, man, best wishes, like you said, to that young man, because there's a lot more than football, and hopefully we got, as much as we can let, we get him on the field, but just off the field, hopefully there's some great leadership opportunities, and we can get started on that early, and there's a whole lot of value in that, and hopefully he understands that. And football does not have to be a part of it, but hopefully football will help him in terms of coaching, get where he has to get to see these young players. And right now I understand, like I said, that we're not getting this out, but I forgot it, that we were missing it. When you said the other young man to retire, Buckles, right? He was fucking so we had a couple of, we looked at some other things, there were some other people coming up. But now I think we're talking about building depth. We're talking about getting a little bit better. I'm sure it's the same way up front. Now, I didn't get a chance to see, like I said, back and forth, all we need to see, but we need to have a lot more people ready also to play O-line. It's different. I know the way Joe did it was, and probably because I think I learned that year that we came in, he signed about 45 people. I mean, that's a lot of people to touch. They're all coming, so you got to figure out how to play them. And you got to figure out what to do. You know, and all those other people also. Building depth is how you want to get through the season and win it. You know, especially when you get through the season and you have a pretty solid record, and you got to chill to the big bowl, and you got other people that are ready to take those 2-3 weeks to get ready for a bowl game and be ready as well. So I think some of the people are moving faster than magic, and I definitely give it to Coach Franklin for being coach like he has been with all those other things. And you know, when you got Tracy McSorley at quarterback, and you have an improved, team overall, and it was good to see some other folks just get some things done, like number 10, Polk. He got a touchdown. Yep. So, you know, and these are guys that have been playing. They've made good plays, and I think it's really going to take Juwan to just figure out how to get back in his comfort zone. He seems like he's out of his comfort zone. Come on, my man from South Jersey, get back in that comfort zone and do your thing, you know. Because I think that he's almost at a point where, like I said, he can go either way. I think he needs to go to it. He works hard. You see him, and I see him on Twitter, and he's very engaged. And, you know, I'm glad that he's not selfish, you know, but try to be a little bit more selfish when it's your turn. That's going to be the important part.
Yeah, you know, I totally agree with you, but, you know, it's also hopefully he's focused on the right things, you know, because we've had some talented players that actually didn't reach their peak in college, but then when they had a chance to go to the NFL and so on and actually focus, they actually like grew and gel. Cameron Wake is a huge example of that. You know, he was probably, when he came in, I was looking at the guy as an athlete like better than LeVar. You know, I was like, this guy is just a freakish athlete and so on. And he didn't hit the light switch. He didn't hit the switch until he left Penn State, went over to Canada and so on, and then he just turned it on. And now look, Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl, and the guy is just a beast and has been a beast for a while now in Miami. So I just hope that this guy is focusing on the bigger picture, because it's not just about, you know, what he's doing right now here at Penn State, but he has to go be consistent because the spotlight is on him right now. You know, prior to this year, you had a Saquon, you had a Gesicki, you had those guys, you had Hamilton, you had those guys. So it was up to him to go out there, and he made enough plays to where he got on the radar. But now you're the first option. You're the number one option. You have the size, the speed, and so on, and the talent to be the number one option. Don't let that fold. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that fold. We expect, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not anything like that. I'm speaking in terms of past players that we had. Not saying one is better than the other, but he has Jared Vicious type size and speed. But we got the other Bobby Ingram, the KJ Hamlin, and so on, going out there and making the bigger plays. We need that guy that's gonna win with height. We need that, and it might not happen right now, but we're gonna need that when we get closer to the red zone. We're gonna need that when we get in the short yardage in terms of short field and everything else. We're just gonna need those things. And he has to step up and start doing it now before the game really matters. We needed that play versus Iowa when he made that big catch. And unless you throw it to Gesicki, who had the height, you know, but also was expected to make that play, you have to have a Johnson type guy be able to throw that ball up high and he go get it. And we know that the chances of him catching this ball is more like, 90-10, at least 70-30. Whereas right now he's dropping a lot of stuff.
Yakov, what do you got going?
I know we got some O-line and some D-line, but just so y'all know, you gotta look it in and all the way to the touch. Okay, just so y'all know. I know y'all used to swim, moving, and shivering, but I'm just saying on the skill side, we gotta look it into the touch. So Yo,
Cole, I think I had more picks than you, bro. I had 2 picks in my career.
Wow. I just had to jump in. I just had to jump in.
We were waiting for you, buddy.
I would like to challenge. I would like to just say this, though. I want to see, if you guys feel this way or not. But I'm seeing it as, you know, Penn State football right now. We are seeing a lot of great things, and we are saying a lot about the future. And you know, my concern is at this time, you know, everybody's saying how good these guys gonna be, and I'm just saying at this right time, you know, we have a lot of underclassmen making a lot of plays. Obviously, Trace McSorley has been doing a great job, and my concern is, and I want to ask you guys, when you were fifth-year seniors, or Jimmy, or fourth year, or however you guys was, when you went against an underclassman, I don't care if he was an All-American. How did you guys approach it? And that's what I'm trying to understand, because we got a lot of great talent, but at the same time, we're about to go against some of the greatest. First, you know, Coach Johnson on Ohio State going to have draft picks on that defensive line. We know there's going to be draft picks. You know, we know there's going to be All-Americans on that Ohio State team. Now, we have a lot of guys that could be All-Americans, but might not be this year. So what is your thoughts on that? I just wanted to ask you guys that.
It's on you, big dude. What you think, Skip?
Hey, come on. I want to know what you guys think.
Going against the underclassmen, and maybe the whole thing is different, man. Look, I think what you're talking about, I'll be honest with you, I don't know about the internal stuff of the game. It's just that competitive part came out in practice. And you know, even if the guy is supposedly have more talent, I don't care where he came from. I expected to win in the competitive part, whether it was one-on-one pass protection or whether it was half line. That's what we used to do. And there's a number of things. It's hard to say to compare now because I don't know what part of practice is competitive. I know ours, we saw it, and we used to do things that were competitive. But yes, you know, kind of like Jimmy said, you know, you did expect to win certain battles. And it got tough because you got other people who thought they might be better. You know, somebody might say, you know, like I'm getting ready to go up against Jimmy in pass protection. Now, somebody who might have been playing a little bit more might say, well, let me go against Jimmy. I'm like, well, you better go ahead and go stay back somewhere. I'm not letting you go against Jimmy. You know, so those are the type of things that we think through, and you might say that, you know, the big dude, you know, hey, listen, I'm thinking, let me go against big dude. Wait a minute, you know, so I don't know how competitive it is in way practice is. There's so many things that you can't do, but I know to answer your question, Yaakov, the competitiveness helps. I mean, when I was a freshman, even as a younger guy, you know what, it was interesting. I wasn't a guy who didn't fight in practice. Everybody said you had to fight more in practice. I wasn't about that. I wasn't about wasting my energy, but guess what? Nobody took notice until I got into a fight in practice. We're upper coast. And people still talk about it. Yeah. He snuck me, you know, it was one of the things where, you know, he said I helped him, and I told him, you know, go ahead somewhere, man. You just didn't get the sack. And I told him, well, it's probably straight ahead. And I'm like, wait a minute. And before I could do it, he was 2 or 3 other times. You know, you could get you in the field. So taking that competitive fire and putting it in the right place, I think is important. But it's different because it's not all people waiting their turns anymore. That's what it used to be. You know, wait your turn. And there's other people that you'd like to see. You wonder what level of competitiveness that we just talked about comes out.
Jimmy, I mean, Yaakov and Jimmy, to answer your question, and the special teams, it's a different type of animal. I mean, experience matters. So when I was at Penn State, you know, Massimo was the starter. He was been a starter, and whenever he was a freshman, you know, he's one of the few guys that got 2 rings. He got he was on 82 team, and Nick Cancetano was the starting kicker then. I was still in high school. Wow. I was coming up to practice and, you know, working out with these guys whenever I was, you know, still in high school. So I worked out a few times with Nick when he was up here as a senior, and got to know Massimo over the few years. And then, of course, he was a senior here when I was a redshirt freshman. So, but on the kicking side, you know, you can just get out there and your talent speaks for itself, you know. So, you know, some days, you know, you got the big leg and everybody's like, man, that guy's crushing it, you know. And you know, and then that's kind of the way people notice. I mean, I think, Stephen, you remember, you know, towards the end of this season, I was out there and I was crushing them from 75 plus, you know, 75 plus. And I remember Massimo and and John Brunico. He's like, "Hey, Boomer." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's, "Hey, you're crushing it." I was like, "Yeah, you know." So I mean, but it's different in special teams because again, practice is one thing. So you get out there and you get guys coming at you, and you got 1.2 seconds. You know, it all changes. So special teams is different.
Yeah.
You guys, Stefan, I remember I'm seeing guys bust out in fights all the time, and I always thought it was kind of funny because you see these big guys, you know, 6'6", 300 plus pounds, and you see them trying to box, and try to fight. I'm like, these guys ain't really, but they're going at it, but they're acting like, you're thinking that you're playing. It's like the Rock'em Sock'em Robots,
Yeah.
It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, wow.
Everybody's got their armor on, they're trying to poo. So it was, to me, I was like, man, I don't want to be a part of that,
Yeah.
I'd go hide in a shed, I was the smallest guy out there, but these other guys, man, they would go hard at it. And it didn't matter what position it is. I'm just speaking as a guy, as a kicker, standing back watching all this. But you see the intensity of everybody in their positions. Didn't matter whether you're on a scout team or whether you're wearing a blue jersey or green jersey or navy blue or red on offense or defense. We had colors back then. Everybody went out and did their very, very personal best at what they were trying to do. And I still remember Joe yelling and screaming at some guys, you're never going to play here. And I'd be like, wow, hearing that just kind of made your hair stand on end, So, but I all this stuff was done to motivate guys. Sometimes he'd have to tell that to some guys Joe knew how to motivate everybody differently. So I think he got a feel for what it took for each person to get the most out of them. And I can't speak to you guys' experience, but I think, Jimmy, you probably knew Joe had a way of being able to push your buttons to get the most out of you as well as it did Stefan and your Cove.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think that Coach Coker, I'm sure, does it in his own way. I mean, that's what it's all about, And I started off, I don't mind saying I started off on foreign team, as we call it, scout team. So, we started off on foreign team to learn how to, to give respect, to get people going. And guess what? You felt like you were just as much as, at least I did, as part of that win as other people. Like, we beat Alabama, and I'm like, man, the guy I probably gives everything a lot better than what Steph is giving me a whole lot more work than this guy's giving me. So, I think that's what we're getting to. And hopefully, I think what Jimmy was talking about for sure, I hope the receivers and I hope people like Juwan Johnson, they're doing the same thing. I like the fact that the young boys doing good, but you know what? Let me show them what I'm saying. But, hey, that's where the competition comes from. Not that you're trying to do better than him, but like you said, Jimmy trying to make advantage every opportunity, in the red zone. We're inside the red zone, man. These passes are mine. I want to make an outcome. And I don't care who's covering me. And then it's going to be like I'm sure that you go on, whoever you go against. I don't care what people read or what we saw on Twitter, man. You better be ready to go. So, yeah.
Hey, me personally, to piggyback off of what Big Deal was talking about earlier with competition and so on, the issue that I have right now, and I'm not, obviously, me, I'm not the guy who is trying to be right. I just try to give you guys different ways to think about certain things. Like, I actually blame social media these days for certain things. Because here's what the thing is. The difference between, especially after I watch guys and I'll be around football teams, not just Penn State and so on, even when it comes to the professional level and so on. When I played, it wasn't a negative thing, and obviously I'm not saying it like like it was like I don't have friends, because obviously everyone loved me and so on. I love everyone else, so on, my teammates and so on. But there was competition amongst each other. These days, from social media and stuff, that competition part amongst each other seems to be gone. It's not. It's like, oh, that's my boy. Or we got followers. Or we this, we that, and so on. Instead of it being that in practice, it's not just about, hey, I want to go up against Jimmy. I want to go up against the best offensive lineman. It's actually, you know what? I want to be better than this guy. Like when I was out there, and I had Dave Slicehauer in front of me, and Jason Wallace, and Courtney Brown, and so on. If Courtney did a move or something, I was like, all right, you did it at a defensive end spot. Watch me do it at a D tackle spot. Right, and I was going out there and I was working, and it was just like, whoa, that worked for Courtney outside. I wonder if that could work inside. I'm gonna try this move and do this and do that. But it was just competing with each other in a friendly way. And it was like, yeah, I love these guys and so on, but I wanted to be a starter. And from my position, the reason why I think that happened, and it's not just about the social media part, but it was about the thing with Coach Paterno making you wait your turn, making you know, and because you had to wait your turn, it's like, you know what? I'm going to show these dudes that you're playing a guy that's not better than me. So if we're about winning, right now, well, I got to wait my turn.
Wow. Exactly.
And from my position, big dude, you know, I don't say it obviously bragging or nothing like that, but I say it more, you know, as I was a 4-year starter. You know, so it's like, as coming in as a freshman, obviously I wasn't a true freshman, but coming in as a redshirt freshman, you still, Coach Paterno wasn't letting us talk to media and everything else and so on. So I still had to go through all that.
Well, yeah. That's really definitive, and I think, like you said, social media, you know, there was just very few things, you know, people haven't been with people before games and all that, you know, and it's not that you don't love football, but, you know, it is the young people in general. They just have a whole different approach to the way they do things and the way they warm up. And with AD for 7 months, if you saw the stuff they talked about, you know, when I got on the bus, I mean, as an AD, I traveled with the team. Part of me wanted to say, hey, you got to get in there. Y'all got to focus. You know, I've said that to myself, but the minds are like 100 different places because there's so many distractions. And social media, I think, is one of the main things. And that's why I'm like, yeah, what's the rule now in the NFL? I think an hour before the game in the NFL, they had to cut social media stuff. They are there.
No kidding. You know? Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that. Not allowed to. That's amazing. You know, I talked to a parent the other day, and this is a parent of a young kid who's out there playing ball. They're, you know, in 7th, 8th grade, getting their feet wet in the game. And I was a little disappointed because at that age, my personal opinion is it needs to be about having some fun. Yeah, you want to win. Sure, that's why you're out there, right? But unfortunately, I think there's some coaches at that level who don't get the fact that they're there to teach skills and let these kids have some fun and develop a love and appreciation of the game. Because the parent told me, he says, you know, the coaches were all mad because they lost and, you know, they didn't let anybody talk, or they had to be quiet the whole way going home and stuff. And I'm like, man, you know, at that age, you know, these kids aren't going to have any fun. They wonder why kids aren't coming out anymore. It's because they got these coaches or parents who are so overbearing and trying to live vicariously through their kids that they can't have, the kids can't develop the love like in our generation that we had, you know. I saw the most wonderful thing today. I was driving along in another town coming back to State College, and I saw these young kids walking along with a football outside. And I'm like, yeah, all right, what's happening here? You know, you don't see that. You don't see the backyard ball stuff anymore because it's just not that. It's not like that. It breaks my heart, man. And every weekend, I don't know as a kid like you guys, but man, I would be in my backyard playing ball, and we'd hear the cheers from the stadium and be like, you got the daydream and thinking like, man, I'm going to be there someday. I want to play at Penn State, you know? And you get to dream those dreams, and you get to have that fun playing the game you love. And I just don't see that with kids anymore, man. The parents are so involved. They're getting these kids in camps at such a young age. They're pushing. And by the time these kids are seniors in high school, man, they're almost all burnt out. They don't even want to do nothing anymore.
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing left to the imagination of much when you have social media, when you can Google stuff on YouTube and all those other types of things. Not that that's bad. I mean, I used to purposely stay up late on Friday nights to watch NFL old highlights and stuff, man, because that's the only way I could do it. And I'm waiting on another week to try to emulate something. And now you can just look at something now. If I want to find out something, how to do a combination block. And you just go, and it's not that that's bad, it's just that then the game becomes so technical. Like, this whole mess with baseball, talking about predictive areas. I can't say, the Phillies manager, man, I don't understand it, man. You like that in any division, and you talk about predict, and you fall, and you talk about, oh, yeah, predictive areas, you just haven't gotten there yet. It's just different, you know, coaching is different, games are different. I'm watching it differently. And quite frankly, I don't enjoy it as much in the NFL. I still love it, but I don't enjoy it quite as much. They change so much. And to me, if you're playing football, man, just like we heard about these young boys that can't come back, this occupation 100, man. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Well said, big dude. Well said, big dude. Hey, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump in our picks right now. And if you guys are all game for it, and then we could talk a little bit about Penn State's matchup here. It should be good. You guys ready for that?
Penn State's matchup.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see what
now, did we go through what happened last week?
Hey, you notice Yakov was conveniently gone for that. Okay, Yakov, I'll remind you now that you're tied for second place with the big dude at 27-10 overall. Last week you were 7-6, and Jimmy fell from the top the hardest. He was six right picks and 7 misses, and I came out on top with 8 right picks and 5 misses. So it puts Jimmy and I tied.
Who's number one?
Jimmy and I are tied first.
Come on, Cole. You already know who's number one. We are the champions. Don't get too excited over there, Cole.
Hey, Lovey ain't give you that one.
Don't get too excited, bro. We are the champions, my friend.
You would have got that one.
Hey. All right, okay, so we still right there, big dude. We still right there, big dude.
Yeah, y'all still right there, but that don't mean nothing. I'm still gonna get the ring.
Hey. But look though.
I'm still making the playoffs.
Hey, it gets better every week though, Grizz. It gets better every week.
Let's go.
Hey, come on, Grizz. Hey, I'm
all right, Cole. You'll be at the bottom.
Every week.
You'll finish at the bottom, Cole.
Hey. Flip up. Hey, one missed call and it's on, Grizz.
Oh, the question is,
hey, you got to stay on top of your game. Hey, you got to stay on top of your game, Grizz.
Stefan, what'd you say?
I said the question is Cole's going to pick in the middle. That's the question.
We'll get to that one last. We'll pick that one last.
I don't know.
Hey, well, let me ask you this one. Week four, here we are. Nebraska at Michigan.
Oh, I'm going Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Michigan.
Is that the consensus? Everybody's on Michigan.
Wow.
That's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
No,
I'm looking at a couple of these games. There's a couple good ones.
Yeah,
well, I'm like 35-0 or something.
Well, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who's going to show up. The next one we got is Boston at Purdue. Now, I want to talk about a contrast. You got 3-0 and a 3 team. Boston at Purdue.
Boston, you?
No, Boston.
Now, like the one that what's the name? The quarterback from Atlanta went to?
Yeah, like Boston
College or regular Boston?
No, Boston College at Purdue. Boston College at Purdue.
Boston College.
Yeah, Boston College.
You said Boston. You didn't say Boston College.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you got to add in college to it, bro.
Okay, college.
BC.
Okay, Boston College.
Well, that's going to be a tough game. Where's the game up?
It's actually at Purdue.
0-3.
I'm going BC.
0-3. So all your picks for Purdue have been 100% so far.
Purdue's got to come away with this one, man.
So you can go against the grain.
Well,
what's Boston record, Cole?
They're 3-0, Jimmy. 3-0. That's what I say.
I'm going Boston. I'm going BC right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
with BC.
Well, I'm with dude. See, right now Purdue is 0-3. They got to come up with a win at home.
Hey, Boston College is looking like the SEC right now, so I'm gonna go with Boston College.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right.
Hey, they put on a nice show. I saw the game. They put on a nice show.
Yeah, but Purdue's got due for a win, man. They're 0-3. They got to get something here going.
Right.
Somebody's heads.
You go for Purdue then. Skip.
I did. I picked it.
Okay, cool.
Big dude and I got Purdue.
Y'all make that second place jump right now.
Hey, I'm ready for that.
Okay. We'll see if we do some shifting this week.
Got to step it up. But Boston College is legit, though.
They're playing good ball. I'll give you that.
They got a running back that's like they got a running back that's probably like 230, probably 225, 230. You know, hard. Yeah, they got a good. It'll be a good game. It'll be a good game.
I hope they don't go back to the pinstripe ball again, because they got to take it one more step in that.
I'm gonna look him up. Who you pick, big dude?
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I know. I mean, the easy one is Boston College. I think I'm gonna go with the Boilermakers for the first one, man.
Okay. Ooh, big dude.
Yeah, next week you'll hear Big Dude and I got that one right. Hey, we got Buffalo at Rutgers.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't mean to jump in.
That's all right. It's all you.
But Boston College running back A.J. Dillon is 6 foot 245 pounds. So
Okay.
He is a big boy. He is a big boy, and he ran through the last team, but he will be tough to bring down against Purdue. He will be tough to bring down.
Oh yeah, I got you.
All right, so the next game is who?
Buffalo. Buffalo at Rutgers.
I'm going Rutgers, man. I don't want to, but I'm gonna go Rutgers.
You can kill Rutgers, man.
Yeah, if they lose this one, somebody will get fired, man.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go Rutgers.
Somebody's gonna get fired to lose this one, right? We're on Rutgers for that.
I'll finally kill for myself.
Yeah.
Hey, now here's one for you: Minnesota at Maryland.
I'm going to Golden Gophers.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I gotta go with Minnesota. Well, oh man.
Well, Temple beat them 35-14 at home. Now, what does it do? I mean, I just think Maryland might be on its way down. I think the Golden Gophers might. It's going to be a close game, and PJ.
Wow.
Whatever his name is, he's a great story too, but they got to start winning. So I'm going to pick him. Minnesota.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Man, that's
They
cool.
got to start winning. I like the guy's story. You know, the guys are all enthusiastic, and you can't go out there and get free. Let's go.
That's a good call. That's a good call, big dude. I'm with you on Minnesota.
Actually,
even though it is at Maryland.
I'm gonna go Minnesota.
Okay, we're all like
What?
I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all crossing.
Now Maryland. When you look at last week against Temple, they lost 14-35. So I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you know.
I could almost do that one as an upset because Maryland is at home, but I think you're right, big dude. I think they're on a downturn. So,
Yeah.
So hey, we got Tulane at Ohio State.
Oh, State. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
let's save some airtime on that one.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
now this one will be interesting. We got, and I think it's not too hard to pick, but it's Michigan State at Indiana.
That's a hard one to pick right now.
Really?
Believe it or not. Oh, yeah.
And Michigan State.
Indiana. Wow.
It's at Indiana, but
I mean,
I'm picking Michigan State on this one.
I think it's like Michigan State, but not. Guess what though? By not much to make the advance to pull this game out. But I'm going to take Michigan State.
Yeah.
I'm going Indiana on this one.
All right.
Whoa!
Wow. Let me see.
11-3, man. He's doing his thing, man.
Yeah. Well, next week you'll see the number.
I'm going IU.
Wait a minute. Give me 1 minute.
Let's try out the door. Wow.
You got the floor, Yakovich.
Come on, Cole. We tried to save some time, and you over there. I got ID break coming up.
I'm just waiting a minute, man. I'm just looking at something real fast. Hold on.
He's trying to secure that second place spot, huh?
Hit mute on the phone and ask Alexa.
Yeah.
They played a minute. They lost to Arizona, I think.
Who's this?
Michigan State, I think.
Yeah, they lost to Arizona out here. ASU.
Out of there,
They lost.
State. How's Arizona?
And it was all right. They got Herm Edwards out there. They're trying to get it done.
Yeah, they're playing some decent ball.
Now, are they? You think they can beat Indiana or no?
I already picked Indiana. Come on, bro.
Oh,
man,
all right. Look, I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Okay. All right.
Indiana.
All right.
They got something to prove this year. I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Okay. All right. Well, I think, of course, last but not again, not that many games this week. We got Penn State next. Now, what's interesting, I've noticed as we look at this one coming up, look at some of the numbers. Illinois is hungry for a win here at Penn State. I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think. It's at home for them. I think Penn State is a better team. However,
wait, we missed the game, Skip.
Who did we miss?
Did we do the Wisconsin? Or no?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Wisconsin, Iowa.
Yeah. We got that one coming.
Yeah, Wisconsin, Iowa.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy game, but I'm taking Wisconsin.
Man. It's at Wisconsin?
That one is
Iowa. I said the home team wins.
Iowa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wisconsin.
Wisconsin just lost, right?
They did lose. I was,
I'm gonna go Wisconsin by 3.
Yeah.
Only because they just lost. If they would have won this last one, I would have picked Iowa. But I'm gonna go Wisconsin by 3.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna go Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I think that's gonna be a good game, though. Those two games gonna be.
Say again, Big Joe?
I think it'll be close. I think Wisconsin proves well, not by much. I'm going to say Wisconsin probably by about 10 or 13.
Okay. That's not bad.
Wow.
I know Iowa always play tough, so I know it's going to come down to at least it's coming down to the fourth quarter. I know that much. The last 5 minutes of the game, I'm sure it's going to come down to that.
Wow. Man, hey, it's a couple of teams, though nobody run a play, and those is one of them, Wisconsin and Iowa, boy, because you know what kind of game it's going to be. So, it'll be good.
Well, we got of course, Penn State up next, and comments I was making are I think Illinois is coming off of a close loss to Florida, so I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think they're going to give Penn State more of a game than they've had so far with anybody else this year.
Skip, you're not going to hurt my feelings. If you
Penn State 52-14.
You're not going to hurt my feelings, Skip.
Penn State
52-14, bro.
What did you say? Jimmy, you said 62.
52-14. 52-14 Penn State.
Wow.
47-7 Penn State. 47-7.
Wow. I'm gonna go with 10. I'm gonna go with 41-10. 41-10.
Yeah,
That's a decent score.
Yeah, I'm going 31-7. 31.
They're
They're at home. They're at home, and
It's a Friday night game.
it is a Friday night game.
Hey, hold on. This is a road game, right?
It's a road game. It's at
Yeah. All right, cool.
You know,
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, it's on the road.
I'm going to still say 41-10.
I think they're going to give Penn State the biggest challenge they've had so far this year.
That's why I gave him 13.
Yeah, 52-14. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let's change that 14 to 13. 14-13. 52-13.
Okay, I'm changing it.
A touchdown, 2 field goals.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, all right. I gave a touchdown and 1 field goal.
I got them going against the twos, so they're gonna get another field goal.
I got you. All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it, folks. And you know what? It is just right now the perfect timing for our station ID break. We're right back.
1320. News Talk 970 WBLF Bellefonte State College and all new at 106.3 FM W292 EC Altoona Bellefonte State College WBLF AM and FM. Depend on it.
All right, folks, you're listening to Lions Live on the Forever Lions Network, the only network built by the players for you, the fans. This is not a podcast, and this program is not pre-recorded. You can always catch us live, streaming on lionslive.com. We're broadcasting live here in State College at AM 970 WBLF and 106.3. Here downtown State College. My name's Skip Drobelbis, and you got the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, the big dude, Stephen Davis, Jacob Israel here talking Penn State football. We're wrapping it up here for a week already, folks, and we're looking for our final parting comments here tonight. And we just all made our predictions. Stay tuned next week. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. We're all in a tight race here for our picks. But Penn State, I think, is going to come out on top here with a nice road win. But I think with one of their toughest games so far this year. Any final parting comments, guys?
What's the name? I think it's not going to be a tough game only because of what Penn State did to Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is way better than the Fighting Alumni, and I don't think it's going to be close at all.
Okay. So South Florida's nobody, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that they're nobody. I'm just speaking in terms of, like, South Florida came in there with nothing to lose.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
They came in there with nothing to lose, so they're known for upsetting the Big Ten team and so on. Whereas, you know, you don't ever know what you're gonna get from Illinois. Okay. You know, they can go out there. Like, think about this. If they were playing anyone else, would you pick them to win? You know? Anyone else in the Big Ten, them versus Maryland, you picking them to win? You confident with that pick? You know?
What about Northwestern?
That's what I'm saying. Are you confident with that pick? It's just,
I don't know.
That's just who they are.
You're right, Jimmy. They're unpredictable.
Hey, you ain't like.
I blame the coach. No love for Levy.
Come on, man.
Do you think this is going to be a career ender for him, Jimmy?
I won't go that far, but I think that he might have 1 year left.
Okay.
Now, look, honestly, did he take over a winning program?
He hasn't turned it into a winning program either.
I'm just saying, you got to give him at least that.
How many years?
He walked into a difficult situation, so. You know,
as if any other coach that just got hired usually is walking into a terrible situation. Majority of the time.
Hey, I'm just saying we gotta acknowledge.
No, we don't have to. You have to. We have to.
99. They've been down over 99 because
they're still trying to get over the bar, jumping over the line.
I was in high school and they was not getting no look from me back in the day. They was not getting no look. I looked at Northwestern, but not Illinois. So they've been down for a while.
Okay.
How long you been out of Penn State, Jacob?
You know,
you been out 20 years yet?
It's been about that.
No kid. Oh wow, man. Yeah, the time flies.
It's been about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's next year, actually.
Really?
Yeah, you got right.
Is your right? No kidding. Wow. Is your 20 year up already for you guys?
Yo, yeah.
20 years for what?
I'm multiplying real fast. I'm multiplying real fast.
Something's not right with that math. You're a lot younger than us.
Hey, listen. 2003, Cole. It's 2003 to 2013 is 10 years. 2013, y'all really making my alma mater look bad with this carry the one. Carry the one in math, bro. What's going on? Wow. Carry the one, bro. Oh, man. You got 2023 for me, 2023.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
We may
I
may not even be around by then, guys. I may be pushing up daisies.
20 years.
I'll be a little patient. You gotta give him a little patience.
Man.
Yeah, the big dude nice days is numbered, man.
Chris, he might be giving you a call. You know?
Hey, big dude, tell us big voice out, big dude. Whoa, Lord. Tell him you cut that pork out your life a long time ago.
hey, I ain't gonna totally lie about that.
No, man. Don't talk like that. I had some today.
I'll be lying to you for the Lord, brother. Yeah.
Wow. Hey.
Put a Richard Pryor on me, man.
Eating all that pork. He said them days is numbered.
I remember that. That big dude. Yeah, I still got old Richard Pryor on vinyl back in the day.
Oh yeah, man. That was like listening to that, trying to sleep. Probably the most embarrassing moment I had. I went to the movie because my mom was with me.
Oh.
She never go inside the movie to watch it.
Oh,
she was right in the back of my friends, and she's right in the back. I'm like, oh man.
Oh man. You had your mama listen to Richard. Oh man. Oh yeah, I remember that. But man, that was bad, man. Oh my word. Your mom, oh man, she probably came unglued at that. Oh yeah, that was. Oh man. I'm surprised you take your mom to see Richard Pryor, man.
No, here's what happened. She ended up dropping us off. We thought she dropped us off and didn't come in. She came in. That's a rough one, man.
Oh, rough. Oh man, I couldn't find words, brother. I could not find words.
Yeah.
You come in there and your mama sits down to hear him. Oh man. Man, I'd be embarrassed. Oh man, that's rough. God bless your mom, man. She's a saint.
She is, man.
And she let you sit through the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a rough one.
That is a rough one, man. Wow, God bless
you. That's a dumb decision.
Wow. Man. Wow. Well, any final parting comments, guys? We can wrap this one up. It's up to y'all.
Wrap it up.
All right.
Well, I say let's go O-line. Let's show the reasons you got to do. And I say both O-line and D-line. But the O-line now, they've got to make sure that they play well enough together and stay healthy. And that was the biggest thing out of last week is that, Coach Franklin did say not only they went 63-10, but they stayed healthy. And that's important because we need all the health possible going forward. The young man playing center, that's a sophomore, number 62, he's got to continue to get better. That's going to be the key. Because they're going to see if he can really play and if he can really take that center. That's why I'm not so sure why he took Connor McGovern off the center. If I had any questions, I'm like, Connor McGovern, he's up for Remington and all that, but I guess, they're leveraging the best that they have, and they need to do as well as they can to give Trace as many options. I mean, Trace is always going to be the tough, gutsy guy, but let's play well, get options, and I think Jimmy and I said it earlier. Juwan Johnson, let's get that journey started, brother. Let's see what
Wow. Excellent summary, Stephen. Well said. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, gentlemen, it's an awesome time. It's the best hour I have each week. I look forward to it. I can't thank everybody enough for being part of it. Can't thank everybody enough out there for listening to us and for the folks here at Magna Broadcasting for allowing us to be on here. On behalf of the big dude, Stephen Davis, the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, your co-visit. My name is Skip Dribblebis. You've been listening to Lions Live. We'll have a safe travels to everybody heading out there for the game. Let's go Penn State. We'll catch y'all back here and give a good summary again. We'll do it again next week, folks. So have a great night. Lord bless and keep you. We'll see you then.
Living it up. Oh, yeah. Friday night.
All right, good job, guys. Love you, man. We'll see
living it up.
Yeah, we'll see you. Hey, we'll see y'all. We're gonna return y'all back here to our regularly scheduled programming, folks. Listen to Lions Live.
So that was Monday, the day after the Washington Post story came out where she was named. She specified her allegations against Kavanaugh from 1982. And the Republicans heeded the request from both these attorneys and from the Democrats. They put a pause button on the process. They delayed the committee vote, which was scheduled for tomorrow.